and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. Everyone that's new, this is a terrain build. I do a terrain build every 7 to 10 days depending on the weather and what real life schedule is like. For all my regulars here guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. So what am I going to build today in this video? I actually was looking at a video Hobby's done, and he was painting the plastic terrain that you get from the Killteam box. Nachmund, is that how it's pronounced? I should have really looked at how it's pronounced before I started the video, but anyway. And it's a plasma, there's a section of it that's a plasma coil with a platform, and there's a pipe with bits of plasma coil on it. And I don't know how much it is to buy. If you buy that individually, I would imagine it's 40, 50 quid, but I don't know. But I'm going to recreate that, recreating plastic terrain with cheaper materials. I've done this already, done this previously, and it's sort of a bit out of our hand, but I'm going to try it today. So what I've done, I've got a block of polystyrene. Okay, I apologise if the light goes weird because it's reflecting. This is a lid from the spray can. Okay, and what I've done is I've measured this where it's going to go. Okay, so it fits in there basically enough spot on. Okay, I've got 2 of these blocks to go on here. That's going to form the basis of what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to box it in front and back, and then do pipe work coming off of it. But I've got something really special to do here for the plasma coil. So I'm going to get down to hot gluing these down, and when they're hot glued down, I've then got some foam board that I'm going to cut to box that in and hot glue that on, and I shall return to you when we're at that stage. Right, I spent the last hour looking for something specific. And I know it's in a little clear bag, and it's just bits from the bath left over from when the bath was installed. But the piece I'm looking for is a little bit that goes like that. Okay, so I could go on the end of the piping and go to the ground. I can't find it, so I'm going to proceed without it. If I come across it, great. If I don't, then I'll just try and build about it. But there's where we're at so far. Okay, that's the lid from the spray and 2 bits of polystyrene. Now, that on its own is a nice piece of blocking terrain. Okay, and you could easily glue another spray lid this side, another piece of polystyrene. I might even do that actually. It's a pretty good idea, pretty easy. But this thing here, I have no idea what it is or where I got it from. Okay, if anyone knows what this is or where you would get it from, chuck on below and let me know. I just found 3 of them in one of the boxes whilst I was looking for that bit, so I don't know. But there's a till roll. You could use the tin foil bit inside the cardboard, inside the tin foil. There's sort of slots on there nicely, yeah. But the other end actually just with a little gentle push actually goes in. So the plan is to have it like that. Yeah, now bear in mind this part, this white thing, that wasn't part of the build. I've just come across it and I thought, well actually, so that's the plan, to have that in there, so it's exposed like plasma foil. So I'm going to glue that on and then box the rest of it in. Okay. Right, so that pipe work I made, I can't glue that onto the side because it won't hold the weight yet, just keep falling down. I can't find a little, it's not a U-bend, but it's like a little curved bit of piping that I need. So I'm going to make my own. Sometimes says, what's this? This is electrical piping. Stand it up, I can't stand it up. In a supermarket, you'd have fridges in the middle of nowhere, but there's one of these coming from the ceiling with the electrical wire inside it, going all the way down to the plug sockets and give you plug sockets to plug the fridges into. This is in work, left over, and I was asked, do you want it? I said, yes please, thank you very much. The only thing I think with this, let's have a look, I don't think it's going to be thick enough for this to go into. Oh no, actually, it is pretty much spot on the same shape. That's good. It's pretty much the same size, so that's good. So this is going to be not an easy thing to do. I think the best thing for me to do is actually cut it in half first of all. That's it. Oh, I have one rough edge one. I don't know. I need junior hacksaw. I need to cut this down, and then what I essentially need to do. Sorry, I'm thinking, trying to ramble at the same time. I need to cut it at an angle, okay, and then turn the two pieces around, glue them back together. It gives me my, so cut it at an angle, and then yeah, glue them to give my L shape. But guaranteed, I'll mess around a bit, mess it up once or twice, then get it right, and then I'll find the piece I'm looking for. It's always the way. So I'm going to get on with cutting that. I don't know how I would feel myself cutting that, so I'm just going to cut it, guys. I don't know. It's the first time using this material. Junior hacksaw may not even cut for it. It should do, but it may not. I've sort of boxed that in now. I don't need to show you how to box something in. If you want me to explain to you, you just cut pieces of foam board off that go around the bits that you want to box in, and you hot glue to it. You know, and at the end, if there's a little bit of a gap, all you need to do is get a bit of sprue and line it, or a bit of filler and line it. It's not, you know, not an issue. I'm going to get on with cutting this monstrosity. I'll see you in a minute. And let me show you, that's black spray, don't worry about that. Let me show you what I've been doing, because I actually found the piece before I started cutting the other piece. I was like, oh, fantastic. But it wasn't exactly the way I thought it was, so it's, you know, it's modified a little bit. Now these are here to support the weight, because it was bowing a little bit. Here's one piece connected on. I've just connected this other piece here. There is a little bit of a weight issue. It's not an issue because it's, you know, it's not noticeable, but it's like So now I need to do the plasma coil bit itself, okay, which I'm going to show you over the other side. So I didn't need this in the end. Lucky. It was actually, I actually put it into a box and put it with all the jars of materials. Right, so what am I going to use for the plasma coil itself? What's this? Someone's going to say. Those of you who have kids will know as soon as I start talking about this. This is the foot pump, the pipe from the foot pump for a paddling pool. Every year we get paddling pools, they either burst or they get left out and it's just, they get, you know, destroyed and we have to throw them away. Or what commonly happens is the nozzle bit that goes into the actual paddling pool for you to pump, yeah, that splits. So you end up with this wire that's worth nothing. Now the idea is for me to make a little cut, just a little thin cut, and then open it up to go around. Now I might have to, I thought this was thicker, but I might have to do 2 cuts, yeah. Just put one and put the other one there before I put the lid on it. You can use a well, I was looking at a water outlet pipe from an old washing machine. I looked at it, I thought about it, and I was like, I wouldn't. 2 reasons. One, it's rubber. It's gonna not take the paint too great, I don't think. Especially when you're dry brushing it, it's gonna keep moving, or the paint will dry on it, and as you dry brush it, it's gonna move, but it's gonna crack the paint, I think. But more importantly, that's where dirty water comes out of. It's gonna stink, and it's gonna be dirty and grimy. This is a lot safer, easier option. Okay, you can get these. I do believe you can get these in a bigger tube. If someone knows, check comment below, let me know. But I'm literally going to slice that. Give it a little slice. I don't know how hard it is to slice. give it a go now. Actually, that's pretty straightforward. Nice sharp blade. I might actually get a nice, let's give that a cut. Careful your fingers on this, guys, you don't want to cut yourself. There we go. Look at that. Now again, I might have to cut that because I think it's going to be too big to go around it. But, oh shit. I don't know how the hot glue is going to react with this. It might melt it. It shouldn't do because it's hard plastic, but I don't know. I'll soon find out. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get the hot glue onto this and glue that onto back in a minute, guys. Right, so there's a few things I've learned from using this material. Okay, it's hard to get straight. It is really hard to get straight. When I show you what I've done, you'll understand what I mean, why I wanted it as straight as possible. And it, from the hot glue gun, it recoils away from the heat, and it holds the heat as well, so be careful with your fingers. So what I've done here is I've squirted hot glue into it to try and make it recoil outwards. So there's where we're at so far. It's not the best, but it's not that bad. Yeah, but I did learn something else actually as well. This is the first piece I tried on. You see it's recoiling in a mad direction. But if you get a piece of card, this means till roll, but you could use tin foil, do some tin foil. It will sit on there nicely. So all you need to do is cover each end. You've got an exposed bit of, yeah, and along this bit here where it joins on, you just put a bit of sprue. It's a good idea. But so here's where I'm at so far with this. Okay, see how long it is. It's nice. Yeah, not happy with that. I'm not happy with this part of it, just because the way it reacted to the heat. But you know, once it's cooled down, I could run a bit of hot glue along here and along here just to see. I'll put a bit of sprue there, probably better. Cut a piece of sprue and glue it in there. That'll box it in and give it a nice little. And maybe put a piece across here, across the bottom here, just so it just hides a little bit of that. Because this is a piece of machinery that's been sitting on a planet for 3, 4, 5, 8, 10,000 years. No one knows. So of course it could be a little bit mangled, it could be a little bit boxy, and you know, but there's some ideas for the top of it, which I'll run you through when I get there. I'm not, how did I say that? I'm not planning on using this material for the top. I've got something else that if it works out, it'll absolutely look amazing. But I might use this for doing some panels. I'm not sure yet. So anyway, I'm going to just leave that to cool down and dry and everything else for a little while. I'll come back to you when I'm ready for the next bit. Right, so what I'm going to do on top of it is I've got one of these. So I'm going to say, what is that? That is actually the top of a dehumidifier. Okay, a dehumidifier, for those who don't know, there's a bit of silver foil. Take this off, take the foil off, and it's cotton underneath, and it draws in all the moisture. And there's little balls in there that collect the moisture, and then the water drips out of that and drips down below, and you just throw it away when you're finished. But this is the top. Now, it doesn't sit on there perfectly. There's a little bit of an overhang on either side, but because this is a raised bit here, it does have, yeah, there is like, you can see through it. So I'm going to give that a go on the top. Then what I need to do is just embellish the sides a little bit. I've got a bit of sprue to go over the reactor bit itself. I've snipped all the little bits off. I'm giving it a sand down. That's going to go over the top, make like a panel to go over the top of the plasma reactor, so you can see the plasma reactor, but you can't hide the bits on the side I was talking about. There might be a little bit more embellishment here and there on the box itself, but apart from that, then we're going to go for spraying. So I'll see you after the spray's done. Right, so here's where we are, guys. I've undercoated the whole thing black, and I gave it a Gracia primer, yeah, on the bits that I want to work away on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of this contrast paint, and I'm going to paint it on the bits I want to be the plasma coil. So like these bits in here, and the pipe in here. Okay, I'm going to do it off camera, so you know, just give you an idea what I'm doing. Right, so I've put that contrast blue paint on there. It's looking nice. The only problem I have at the moment is this side, so I have to get in there with a brush and give that a dull paint down. It's where I hadn't covered the polystyrene properly when I sprayed it, which is my own mistake. But you can see there's these panels here are actually from an old Rhino kit. It's basically Rhino kit. These ones I think from the Chaos Space Marine kit. I actually think the tank was a Chaos Space Marine Rhino, but it's the same. There's a bit that goes at the front of the tank. Yeah. I was going to put another panel this side with some hot glue in the sprue and just put it on there, but it didn't sit flat, so I didn't like it. But there's going to be some amazing bits and pieces on here. Anyway, I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'll come back to it. So what I've done here is I've used a belcher, okay, and given it a general dry brush. Okay, some areas like here and on the pipe at the back here a little bit heavy, other areas like the wall there very light. Now standard Mechanicus grey is what I use to paint the polystyrene bit of wall there, just to darken it down and give that a dry brush with some white scars layer afterwards, just to, you know, make it pop a little bit. I've also got some Troll Slayer orange for rust effect here and there, and I've got this lovely colour, my favourite blue, for the plasma coils, just to dry brush them, and then they will be dry brushed with this afterwards. So I'm going to leave that to dry for a minute and then start working away. You don't need to see me dry brushing, but if you do want to see me dry brushing, just chuck a comment on this video and I'll address it and show you how to do it. But pretty much dry brushing a piece of terrain is the same as dry brushing a model. Okay, there's no difference. The only difference is the size, and you know, certain areas might want a heavy dry brush, some areas may not want a heavy dry brush. Okay, it's done. I'm actually really happy with this piece. You know, it's very easy to make, very simple. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to bring you down to show you some pretty pictures. Now I do have the plastic terrain that I painted recently with it, so you can see how it looks together. I was going to set up the big towel with it and all that, but I think it looks fine the way it is. So guys, please, if you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next time. I'll show you some pretty pictures now, but I'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy. How amazing that look, huh? The rust effect, the light from the plasma coils. It's a very simple technique. So you can see the white on here. That's just the edge. Well, not even an edge. It's a dry brush. It's the contrast blue. Then it's the Lothern blue dry brush over the top, and then it's just White Scars white. Just dry brush the edging. The same in here, just the same technique, but just White Scars white in the middle. There's the tech priest to fix it all, and this is how it looks for the other terrain. Yeah, and here we are. Just change this up a little bit. See how the lights reflect on it. It looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, I've actually put the barrels up on top there. Okay, I can put the crates up there. Put this next to it. It virtually looks like it is made of the same, you know, plastic material and everything else. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with this. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Hit the buttons for me, guys, and I'll see you next time.